What's good guys, Tiger here, welcome to the channel. In today's video I want to talk about the HUD, what is the head-up display for anyone who isn't familiar with that term, but it's a pretty common term now. And the HUD is pretty much everything you see on screen that isn't the map or the gun that you're holding. So today's video is all about the purpose and the importance of all of these features. So we're going to work our way around in an anti-clockwise fashion. We're going to start with the minimap, then go towards the score, the kill feed, the health, your specialist abilities and equipment, your ammo, and then finally ending on your score streaks. So the minimap is a great place to start because it is hands down the most important aspect of the HUD. Minimap awareness is such a big thing. I've spoken about it in previous videos, and the minimap is really going to determine what direction you head in, how you plan your route. It's going to show you enemy players, it's going to show your teammates, what is also a good indicator of finding enemy players, and it's just really going to allow you to make educated decisions on how to play the game. The minimap is going to allow you to prepare for the next 5 to 10 seconds of your game. Whether you see lots of your teammates flanking down a certain route, whether you see that a certain objective is being taken by the enemy team, or whether you see lots of red dots, lots of enemy players gathered in a certain area. Now in the background you're going to be seeing some bare bones bolt action gameplay. The gameplay isn't specific to the actual video, however I absolutely love sniping, so I thought I would have this going in the background. However, when you are in this playlist, knowing where the enemy players are, knowing where all the snipers are, is really going to allow you to make decisions. Also, if you see where your teammates are, if they're all gathering in the middle part of the map, and you see lots of the enemy players in the middle part of the map, then that's going to then allow me to make an educated decision. Do I want to join the fight with lots of players, or do I want to flank around the back and be the only person going on the sneak? Most of the time that is the decision that I go for, but it really does depend on the situation. If you struggle in finding players and struggle getting involved in gun engagements, then it's probably because you're not looking at your minimap enough and you're not reading it and deciding how to use it. The minimap is a great way to determine whether a spawn is being flipped. If you see lots of your teammates all pushing down one side of the map and you can see that they're really pushed up, that they're going to be starting to block spawns, then you might want to consider to turn around and then focus where your current spawn was, because the enemy team in a few seconds is going to start spawning there. This also happens if you're just staying in one spot for too long. If you're just staying in one location, maybe you're doing well up there, or maybe you just enjoy camping, but your spot is only good when the enemy players are coming from one direction, then the minimap is literally going to save your life. Because you need to be alert and ready for when that spawn flips, because you don't want to be getting close to some big score streaks and then have 6 enemy players all spawn behind you. So the minimap is something you need to be looking at every 2 seconds. I tend to look at the minimap every time I heal, reload, or whether I've got a spare second. I am always checking the minimap as it pretty much determines every single decision I make. Okay, next up we have the score. The score is very important and gives you a lot of key information. It can also determine your playstyle, because I know for a fact that my playstyle changes depending whether our team is winning or losing. I will use kill confirmed as a good example. I enjoy winning just as much as the next person, but I also like getting lots and lots of kills. So if my team is absolutely dominating, we have 30 tags and the enemy team only has 9, then I'm not going to be in a massive rush to pick up every single tag. I will definitely pick up the blue tags because they're our teammates' tags and they don't add to the team score. That's only going to impact my score streaks, what's important. If I am close to score streaks, then I'll pick up the tags anyway, just so then I can get them and I have more control in case the enemy team start to come back. However, if the game is close or we are losing, then I'm definitely going to start picking up a lot more tags, because not only do I not want to lose the game, but it's going to allow me to get my score streaks a lot faster, what is then going to help my team even more. Also, if you see that the round or the half is about to end, then you might not want to pull out your specialist ability or a major score streak. That's why the score is so important, because if you see that you've got 90 points in a domination and you know it's going to be half time soon, you don't want to bring out your sniper's nest or your attack helicopter or anything higher. Even if you send your sniper's nest at about 80 points, then it will only get a fraction of the kills it would have got if you sent it out at the start of the next round. Okay, next up we have the kill feed. The kill feed is really helpful, especially if you are losing. If you struggle at taking objectives, you're an objective player, or maybe you're even spawn trapped, then the kill feed is going to be a very good indication for you to help you know when it's best to push up the map. So let's say the enemy team has a 2-cap lead on you and they have total mid control. If you look on the kill feed and your team secure 4 kills in short succession, you can see it on the kill feed, your team has 4 blue kills, then that's going to be a good opportunity for you to push up or get into a good position on the middle of the map, or even push a little bit further to challenge the enemy team and distract them as your teammates then capture the B flag. You want to do the exact same thing when you are spawn trapped. If you see that your team is getting a few kills, then this is going to be a good opportunity to try and push out, because there's going to be less enemy players focusing on you and your location. Okay, next up we have the health. This is something I think I still forget. I watched one of my gameplays recently and I was running around with 80 health. I'm a lot better than I used to be at the start of the game. I was always running around without fully healing. I definitely recommend healing as much as possible. If you have a spare second, make sure you heal. Even if you have something like 148 health, you still want to heal, because you never know what type of situation you're going to be in when you're in your next gunfight. So always look in the bottom left corner. Always make sure that you have 150 health. What I consider to be a good habit is every time you have a gunfight, whether you kill someone or whether you split up for just a second, just spam that left bumper or that left trigger. Just make sure that you are always trying to heal. Next up, we have something that is in the middle of the screen, and it is your heal, your specialist ability, and your equipment. The heal indicator is really going to help you know when you need to heal. So if you've just been in a gunfight and your manual health regeneration is on cooldown, you're going to want to watch that, stay in cover, to then prepare to heal when it's off cooldown. Then you've got your specialist ability and your equipment. Again, you want to see the indicator, see how close you are to getting your abilities or your equipment, because that might help in your decision making, because whether you've got any of those two things up, that's then going to help you make a better decision in the near future. So if you've got the War Machine, the Sparrow, the Tempest, anything like that, and you can see that you're very close at getting it, then you might want to play a little bit careful, just try and pick up a bit of score, and then as soon as you get it, then you can start being more aggressive, push forward, and try and get lots of kills. Also, if you're keeping track of your score streaks, if you can see that you're far away from getting any score streaks, you might want to hold on to your specialist ability, wait until you're close, to then pull it out, because you are more likely to get kills and build up score when you're using your specialist ability. Therefore, you're going to have a better chance of getting those score streaks that you need. I do this all the time with Crash. Whenever I am close to getting my second or third score streak, that is when I'll use my TAC 5 boost to get that extra 100+ points. Next up we have ammo. This is a very important one, and I still see so many people making this mistake. Running around with 1 bullet in the magazine, 5 bullets in the magazine is just a really bad habit. You need to focus on your ammo. I treat my ammo the same as I treat my health. I always try and reload and heal as much as possible. Some people think of that as a bad habit. It really depends in the situation you are in. If you think it's going to kill your momentum, then you might not want to reload. But if you have a spare second, always reload, because just like your health, you never know what situation you're going to be in next. You have no idea if you're going to need all 30 of your bullets in your magazine. So always try and reload if you have a spare second, just so you're on top of things, because you don't want to be in a 1v1, a crucial 1v1 where you're close to your score streaks or close to winning the game and you run out of bullets. That is the worst thing that can happen to you, so you definitely want to keep track of your ammo. Okay, and finally guys, we have the score streaks. I have spoken about how to use your score streaks as I was describing all the other aspects of the HUD. How close you are to your score streaks is going to determine your playstyle. You're going to be more aggressive at the start, and then as you get closer to the big streaks, you are then going to tend to play a little bit more careful, try and find some easier ways to build up that score in order to get those score streaks that you want. Now, all of these aspects of the head-up display are all very important and can be the difference between life and death. All of these things is going to help you stay alive longer, win more games, and just be a better player. With Modern Warfare getting closer and closer and the uncertainty of a mini-map, it is still important that we master the head-up display, keep an eye on it, because looking at the head-up display is just as important, if not more important, than actually focusing on the game. Because the head-up display is going to aid you and determine your playstyle and the decisions you make in the near future. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, consider subscribing and turning on notifications to stay updated on all my latest content. But that's all from me, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.